Welcome back to our C++ programming series. In this video, we are deep dive into advanced function concept in C++. So I will write this one, that is advanced functions in C++. By now, you should have a solid understanding of basic functions like how to declare, define and call them. If not, I recommend you to watch our previous lecture on basic functions. Then you can watch this video, okay? So today we are exploring more advanced topic that will take your C++ skill on the next level. By the end of this video, you know how to implement or how to use inline function. Second one is the power of function template. Third one is how to use recursion. Fourth one is the importance of passing by reference and pointer. Importance of. And the last is simplicity, or you can say simplicity of default argument, like simplicity of default argument. So without wasting our time, let's get started with the first concept, that is inline function. So I will write that is inline function. Okay, an inline function is a function that is expanded directly at the place of the function call. So I will write this one, that is function that is expanded directly at the place of the function call. I hope you know what is meant by function call. If you did not get this one, you can check the previous video. I will cover all the topic of this one as well. Okay, so that is normally when a function is called, the program jump to the function code, execute it and then jump back. This process can introduce overhead. By using the inline keywords, the compiler replaces the function call with the actual code of function and reducing the overhead. I hope you did not get this one, but yeah, with the example, I will clear your doubt. Okay, so let's move toward our editor. So firstly, I remove this. So we write first, that is inline integer square integer x. Oh yeah, something is happened. Integer x, and in this inline function we get that is return x multiply by x. Okay, so this is our inline function. Now we write the main function, that is integer main, and then that is cout. So first we write square, something like square of 4, and write square 4. Okay, then endl. Now yeah, this is the square of 5, then endl. Okay, and then the last line is, everyone know that that is return 0. Okay, yeah, so this is the inline function code. So let's run the code. We get the error line number 13. Just a second. Yeah, right now it's okay. Yeah, so the square of 4 is 16 and the square of 5 is 25. Okay, so now I'll explain the code. That is, first one is the square function. Okay, that is, the square function is a small and simple, making it perfect candidate for inline. Okay, that is perfect candidate for inline. The second one is the when the function is called, the code x into x is inserted directly and avoiding the function call over it. Okay, or you can say overhead. So now the question is when to use inline function. When to use inline function. So the answer is use for small frequently used function, and the second one is avoid using inline for large function as it can increase the overall size of the code. The first one is for small and frequently used function, and the second one is avoid using inline for large function. Avoid for large function. Okay, so now I hope you understand this, like inline, what is meant by inline function when we use this. Okay, now let's move further to the default argument. Default arguments. So default argument allow you to set a default value, that is set a default value for function parameter. If the caller omit the argument, the default value is used. Now we are moving further to the example. I will write the example, then I will explain what exactly the code is. Okay, so wait a second. Yeah, so default, that is we are writing first default values. For y we write 3, or you can say take a 2. Then now in this we have to return the value x into y. Okay, this is the basic. Yeah, we write that one as well. Right now we are writing main function. In this cout multiply of whatever we can say, take a 2, then again take a 2 comma 3. So let's run the code. Oh sorry, last. Yeah, now our code is perfect. So let's run the code. So yeah, that is multiply square, that is the product, like what exactly the 2 into 2. Okay, so we get a 6, and the other is 2 into 3, that is 6. Okay, now what exactly it's happening in the first call, multiply 2, and in the second argument default to 2. Okay, like it's basically a square, or you can say take just change the value, that is it's take a 5, and this one is a 5 and 4. Now guess the answer, that is 25 and 20. Oh sorry, it's 10 and 20, that is multiplied by 2. Okay, in the second call, multiply 5 comma 4, the default value is overridden by 4. That okay, now what is the benefit of argument default, or you can say default argument, that is reduce function overloading. Like benefits of default argument. The first one is reduce function overloading, and the second one is improve code readability and flexibility, that is improve readability and flexibility. Now let's move on to the function template. That is function template. Template allow you to create function that work with and data type, that is It's allow you to create function that work with any data type. Instead of writing separate function for integer, like for integer, float, or double, or other data types, okay, you write one template that work for all. So right now we are writing the template for the code that is the template for adding two numbers, and then we will execute the code as well. So let's move to the editor. I will write that. So for this, remove this one, that is template function. So write template, then type name. We are taking it as capital T. Okay, yeah, we missed the then T. Add, we write that is T A comma T B. It's small array, small. Okay, then we return the value A plus B. I hope you get this point. Okay, now we are writing the main function, that is cout. We are take add, take example of 3 comma 5. We are adding like something float, that is 3.5 and 2.3, then endl. Okay, and the last our line is return 0. Yeah, 0. Okay, so this is the code of that is template. We are making a template of addition and like other data type. So the first is 3 plus 5, that is 8, and the 3.5 plus 2.3 is equals to the 5.8. That is, T is a placeholder for any data type that you can take integer, float, boolean, character, whatever you want. And the compiler automatically determines the data type based on the argument. Basically, this placeholder, that is T, automatically detect the which type of is this data type, and it gets the value, or we can say get you value of that input. Okay, now the question is why we use template. So yeah, I write this one, why we use template. It's a function template, not the other one that like photo or video or anything other template. First one is reduce code duplication. Reduce code duplication. The second one is type safety while keeping the code concise, like type safety and while keeping the code concise. Okay, now moving further, this is the most important, that is recursion. So let's now talk about the recursion, a technique where a function call itself. That is, first I write the call itself. Okay, so recursion is ideal for problem that can use to be broken down into small sub problems, like, or you can say it's break down into small parts, break down into small parts to make the code run. So let's take one example of calculating a factorial. Okay, so again we are moving further to our editor, remove this one and write recursive function of factorial, or we can factorials. So the first is take a factorial and take it as a n. Then write the condition, that is if n equals to 0, return 1, or else, oh, it's a spelling mistake, it is return 1 or return n. This one is a formula, n multiplied by factorial n minus 1. Okay, now write our same, that is main function. In this we are executing factorial. Take a factorial of 5, that is 125, 120. Okay, and our last line is return 0. I hope so you get this one. So let's run the code. Then this is our answer, that is factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, that is the function keep calling itself with n minus 1 until the n reach 0. Okay, that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then last one is a 0. When it's reached to 0, then the value is executed. This technique simplify code for tasks like tree traversing. We will learn this one after the video is further videos, like simplified the topic like tree traversals and sorting algorithm. Now moving further to, that is passing by reference and pointer. That is, by default function pass argument by value, meaning the function work with a copy of a variable. However, you can pass argument by reference or by pointer to modify the original value. That is, I will write this one as well, that is pass by reference. Okay, so the example is like this. I will write this one in this, that is void increment. We are taking integer and x, and in this we are increasing it increment. This is the simple example of pass by reference, and the other is pass by pointer. I have taken directly the example of this one, that is void double value integer star and x. This is the above, that is, wait a second, that is like that, star x. Okay, again star x equals to 2, and again, yeah. So this example is a pass by pointer and pass by reference. Make sure to remember this too, like it's important in your code. So the point is again when to use and why we use. So that is when to use. The first one is pass by reference for simpler syntax. First one is pass by reference for simple syntax, and the second one is pass by pointer. This use when you need null or dynamic memory handling. When you need null or dynamic handlings. Okay, so make sure remember this, like this is important for you. You can take a screenshot of this one as well, or if you have any doubt in this, so please clear it out in the comment section, then I will try to resolve your all the doubts. Okay, now that's a wrap up on advanced function in C++. That is, we have covered. So what we covered, I will take a small summary. That is, first we take inline function, second we take a default argument, then we take a recursion, and then last we take passing by reference or pointer. Passing by reference or pointer. In the next video, we will dive into OOPS, It's not like oops, that is object oriented programming. And it is to use in all the languages like C++, Java, Python, whatever you want or what. So in this, I will give you the example, or we can say the index of this, like what we are covering in our next upcoming videos. That is, first one is a class and objects. The second one is constructor and destructor. Constructor. The third one is inheritance, then polymorphism, and then encapsulation. Okay, and the last one is abstraction. Understanding OOPS is essential for building large scalable application. So make sure to tune it. Okay. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.